It's February the 15th, 2025 at 11:50 a.m. in the morning in the middle of the United States. I have drawn a dove on this canvas I have behind me, and it's pretty much taking up the whole canvas. I believe it's 16 by 20, something like that. And so I've got out my plaster of Paris, and I'm putting plaster of Paris over the feathers to create an appearance of the feathers standing up away from the canvas. So it's kind of a painstaking process, and I'm a little shaky, and I kind of make messes. So I don't know how long this is going to take me. I won't video the whole thing. I'll just show you what I'm doing. So we'll go on from here. Thanks for being here. I don't have a great camera setup. I don't really have any kind of camera setup. Very non-professional here. So I'm going to try to pull this closer to the screen, and hopefully you can see what it is that I'm doing. And I won't film all of that because it's boring. But let me see if I can bring it up here, and let's see if the camera can see it. So I'm putting that plaster of Paris into each feather, making ridges on it so they'll stand out from the canvas. Does that show? I hope so. I'm going to do this to the whole dove. It's about bedtime now. Earlier today, I spent a couple of hours, maybe more, lining all the lines of the feathers on this dove I'm going to paint with patching plaster. And it was kind of tedious, but I didn't try to be perfect. And it's been sitting in front of a lamp for hours, trying to make sure it's really dry. And I'm not going to paint on it tonight, but hopefully tomorrow I'll get a chance to sit down with it for a few hours. And I don't really have a plan, so I'm going to have to figure that out. And I'm going to try to show you the plaster on there, but it's really hard to get a picture of it, but let's try. I probably won't be able to get it to show up uh, totally. So let's see what happens. It's white on white, but that patching plaster is outlining every line that I drew on there, every feather, his face, a few feathers on his belly, his feet, and his tail feathers. Yeah, it's real hard to see, isn't it? But when I get the paint on it, you'll see it. Good morning, everybody. I'm
Talk
back
to
in
you
the
later.
studio again. My studio. It's really my little front bedroom in my little 3-bedroom house. So I've just been obsessed with painting the last few days, and I think the universe is giving it to me to keep me busy so I don't watch the news. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. I just thought I'd get on here and say good morning to you, and I'm going to start painting on the dove today. Let me see if I can show you what's going on with the dove. So yesterday I showed you I got the plaster on it. Um, I I'm often using what I have here instead of going out and buying the proper thing. So I had a little jug of this patching plaster, and that's what I used. So this is the dove. I've outlined all of the lines on all the feathers and everything about the dove. I put some marks of feathers on his chest and throat. I hope that doesn't end up irritating me later. I'm not sure. So the patching plaster is a little rough, and I assumed that it was porous, so I put liquid over it. And when that liquid stinks, I got to set it aside over here. I have it over a lamp, under a lamp, so it'll dry better. Um, this is liquid that I'm talking about, and it's about $10 more expensive than it used to be, which isn't so good for me, the old lady on Social Security. But sometimes Michael's, where I usually get all my stuff, has coupons. I can save a little money. And I'm not really sure yet what my plan is for the dove exactly. I'm thinking I'm going to put a dark blue all around the background, and then I'm hoping to swirl some other colors in there somehow. I'll just be playing with it, experimenting, I guess. And the good thing about paint is if you don't like something, you can just paint over it. Um, so I think I was talking about the plaster being porous, right? And I put the liquid over it. So I've got it under the lamp drying. Um, I was afraid the plaster would soak up all the paint. So I hope this does the trick. And I've got some paint brushes to clear out. I've got another um, painting that I'm working on the side. It doesn't really look that great. I'm not sure if it's going to be a success or not. And this giraffes, and I'm not looking forward to painting all those brown blotches and lines on the giraffe's body. I may have bitten off more than I can chew. So I'm just going to clean out these brushes. I'm having to use turpentine because I'm using liquid, and I'm having to have my window open even though it's like 17 degrees because that liquid's got some pretty strong fumes. And I'm using this Mona Lisa odorless paint thinner. I, I pour a little bit for my painting session in a jar. I've got all kinds of jars I save from salsa and pickles and that kind of thing, olives. And then I pour my dirty odorless paint thinner into this jar. And then when you let that sit for days, all the paint sediment settles to the bottom, and then you can pour the clean turp off the top of it and reuse it. But this is fresh turp I just got out of the bottle. And last year I started using baby oil. I've got some baby oil in this mushroom bottle, and I will go back and forth, swishing the paint brushes and wiping them on my piece of towel I cut up to get all the paint out, and then I'll end up just using baby oil and squeezing it out. And I haven't noticed causing any problems. I've seen some artists who actually know what they're doing on YouTube do that, and I haven't heard them gripe about it. So if you think it's a bad idea, let me know in the comments, please, because I don't get to see other artists. I just see people on YouTube, and they don't give you all the information there is to know. So it's just experience. We're all about having experiences here, aren't we? That's why we're here. We came down here to have human experiences. I think I might have been an artist in another life. I just like to create things. If I'm not painting, I'm probably creating a recipe or making something else. So yeah, I'm just going to start cleaning these brushes out, and we're going to have a big time snowstorm in 2 days. I ordered all my groceries yesterday because my daughter pointed out, we should get our groceries early because right before the storm, people go crazy and start buying everything from Walmart. That's where we shop at, and their shelves can get empty. So I've already got my supplies for the snowstorm, and I won't have to go anywhere. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to clean these brushes out, and then after I get a little bit of paint on that canvas, I'll let you take a peek at it. Oh, I think I'm getting a headache. I took Later. Some phthalo blue and mixed it with some white and put it all around the eagle. Phthalo blue is pretty serious blue, so it's really strong blue. I didn't really have in mind to make this that dramatic, but it's happened. So I have put some white and pink and light blue brush strokes in the background to give it a little bit of interest. So I might add some more stuff in the background at some other point. I've pretty much got blue paint all over my hands, and I'm starving. I painted past my lunchtime. So I just wanted to show you how far I've gotten. And I'm going to paint this, um, the dove white with pinks and purples and lavenders in it. So we'll see what happens. I've covered this in white paint. I've got liquid in it so it'll dry fast. And I've been going and putting some color in, some light blue and some pink. I can't remember the name of that pink color. Just a minute. Uh, it's quinacridone deep pink. That's a hard word to say. So I'm just putting that in some like shadowy areas, and I'm not certain if I love it. I might not love it, but it needs to have some color, not just all white. Just putting it under these feathers in a shadowy area. Yeah, I don't know if I love it. So let me spread that a little bit. Blend that out a little bit. Wouldn't be any fun if it was just all white. Put some pink on some of these feathers randomly. Maybe a little bit on the top of its head. I don't know. I put a little bit of blue in these shadow areas. And not happy with how the plaster looks right here, but it is what it is. It can't be done over. So here's an experiment to start with. I'm going to put some blue down here on the tail feathers. I'm not sure how much the blue and pink is showing up with the camera. I'll be interested to check that later. And I'm kind of wanting to put some yellow in the highlight spots. But I want to find my Payne's Gray. Here it is. I want to put Payne's Gray in a couple of places. And some of the deep shadows. So I'm going to mix my Payne's Gray with some white. So this is got it pretty light gray. I'll just put it down here under the body. Drag it down a little bit. Kind of mixing with the blue down there. And under the feet. Just dragging it around down some lines. Okay. Get a little bit of the Payne's Gray over here on the side. The shadow to the body there. I'm not at all sure about this. I'll put some little more gray down here at its bottom. Its underbelly. And over here on this side, see if I can give it any dimension. Guess it needs some under here. Well, let's see. Let's put some more under here. Blend that out a little. A little more shadow here and there. I'm glad I covered that plaster with that liquid because that plaster is porous for sure. Whoa, whoa, that got black. To blend some white on top of that and try to, there, I'll ease that up a little bit. So, I don't know. I always have high hopes for these pictures when I first start. I'm going to have to paint that head now. I mixed some burnt sienna with some yellow light and put it on his beak and on his claws. And I'm putting some more shadow in Payne's Gray under the beak and the side of his throat. I've got the shadows in here, down there. I put yellow, some yellow here and some yellow here and there for some highlights. And that eye isn't the same as it would be if I was painting on a flat surface. Um, I'm not sure if I can do anything else with that or not. I might try. And I think I'll put some more shadows under these feathers down here. It's pretty colorful, but I'm liking it more and more. He's a colorful white dove. Whoops. Wonder if he has a name. Sebastian. I think his name is Sebastian. He's a very dignified dove. He's fancy. Yeah, I'll put a few more shadows in here. Just kind of underline where I have the raised plaster. I think that's a good touch. I think I need to do that. I think I need to do that over here. I don't know, that didn't seem to work out the same. I guess I'm seeing it in a different light on that side. Well, I may have done about all I can do with Sebastian. Might need some more Payne's Gray in here. Uh, let's see. What else do we want to do? I already put a little white spot in his eye. Might put a little white spot on his beak. A little highlight on his beak. Doesn't show much. I got his eye a little bit messy. So I don't know. No, I'm not happy with getting the gray down there. I'll try to cover that up. Yeah, it's definitely a strange surface to paint on. Nope, text messages. We're talking about the roads. We're having bad weather here. It's a snowy, wintry day. Well, let's see. What do we think? I'm thinking about putting more color on his claws, but I don't want them to stand out too much. I mean, they're already standing out. Uh, he might be basically done. Huh. I'm kind of feeling like putting something else swirly in here with white. Some kind of white swirly things going on that lead down to his head. What do we think about that? He's coming in for a slow motion landing, it looks like, doesn't it? I don't know. I think that was better before I touched it again. I think I'm going to stop messing with it, and I think I'm going to call it done. This is what I ended up with. I kind of like it. I know the colors look different on the camera than they do in person, but I think it needs a little silver metal frame around it. I'll have to order one for it. It's not the same as it would be if I painted it on a flat surface, but I like this project. I might do some more of them with some different subjects. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.